Earlier this week, we remembered a man who dedicated his life to equality for us all. To this day, the Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech is still labeled the most powerful speech of hope, peace, and equality ever spoken. Here we are, almost 53 years later, and we are still in the same struggle for the very same thing he was killed for. Equality. Seems pretty simple, right? Well, the evil in this country and some people, still almost 53 years later, can't seem to get past the different melanin shades that makes us our own unique individual. This particular election proves the poison in this country is still very lethal and toxic. However, it could be just me, but I do see more people of all ethnicities being burned out with all the hatred. I don't know the future of our great nation except for one thing. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And with that said, good evening, beautiful people. What's up, Tim?
Hey, what's going on, Chuck?
Bless, brother. How you feeling?
Hey, man, had a wonderful week.
I did too.
I mean, much better than last week. You know, it's trending up.
There you go,
you
man.
know, so it's been good, man. It's been good, man. And happy Friday to everybody out there.
Happy Friday, y'all. You know what I did this week? I went to this. I go hiking every now and then. I go like to Joaquin Miller or but I went to Jabot Park over here off in Castro Valley. Go hiking, y'all.
Man, but ain't it like bears and stuff all?
No, man. Ain't no bears. No.
You sure?
Good. I wouldn't be there. Dude, look, I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, I'm scared of snakes. I'm scared of like wild animals and stuff. I can't do that. But no, Jabot Park.
Now tell them about the ladybugs too.
Yeah, I am. I'm afraid of ladybugs. Right? Why don't you do this, man? Why don't you get to the letter of the day? How about that? Why don't you go into the mailbox, man, and start telling my damn business?
All right, man. Check it out. What we got here? All right. Hello, Chuck and Tim. First off, want to say I love your podcast because I feel family is something that definitely needs to be talked about in these trying times. I am the youngest of 4. I have 2 brothers and a sister. We live in the same state but different cities. I text and call them to check on them, but I don't receive the same in return. I love them, but I'm not feeling the same love. Sometimes I feel I should just stop with the text check-ins. What do you think? Shyla Day.
That's a good one. Shyla Day. Miss Day, you know what? Back off. See what happens. Really.
Really?
Really. I know how that feels. To feel that something is one-sided when it comes to love, man.
Right.
That's not a good feeling.
Yeah, one-sided love is horrible.
It is horrible. It's horrible.
You know, when you checking in on somebody all the time and, they're receiving it and the one thing they always say they're going to do better. They always going to check on you.
That's,
always, but you don't get that same type of
That's what I hated, like,
love.
When you go to school, funerals and stuff like that. People lie so much at funerals, man. They lie their ass off. We need to get together. We need to always be in contact with each other.
Right.
I don't even want to go there with that one, dude, because all I'm going to do is get pissed off.
I hear you.
It's like this. Sometimes you got to back off of people. See what happens. All right? The ones that are really concerned about you, they will rise to the occasion, and they will contact you. The ones that don't, won't. And here it is. You just got to know where to put people.
Well, it's probably hard for her, man, because like you said, I mean, she's the youngest. She said the youngest of 4. Yeah. And, having the older brothers and sisters, and I'm sure, she didn't say if they have kids or anything, but if she got nieces and nephews, I'm sure she's checking on them as well. And if she has kids and their kids probably asked about their uncles and aunties and don't receive that same thing, I guess it pisses you off.
Me and my brother talk about this. My brother, I give him credit, man. He's big for, texting and calling and, just calling to see what you was doing, man. So I call him, hey, man, call and see what you was doing, checking in on you, man. A lot of people don't. So you know what I do with those that don't? I just stop checking in on them.
Right.
All right? Look, you're going to show me some love. You're going to give that back to me. If you're not going to give that back to me, I will back off, man.
So it don't have to be 50-50.
No, it don't have to be 50-50.
But at least 60-40.
Hey, at least do this. When you see me texting you, and I'm just texting you to see how you're doing, at least just try to get back. When you can.
You do have a lot of people who don't even get back.
They don't even, man, you can text them all throughout whatever, and they don't get back, And
the thing is, Chuck, like I tell my wife all the time, if there is people that you check on that don't check on you, best believe they check on somebody.
Again, it goes to putting people in the places that they land in your life. I just want to know where I stand. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't get angry. I just want to know exactly where to put you.
Right.
I'm not going to put you on my priority list if I'm not on yours.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm never going to check on you,
Right.
but you're not on that top priority list. And it's okay.
So what would you tell Miss Day?
Miss Day, prioritize who you go and you check on. That way you won't get your feelings hurt. That way you won't be having to send in these type of letters to cool cats like us.
Right. Yeah, sis, don't stress.
Don't stress,
Really?
baby. Don't stress. Yeah, that's real. You know, when we started this podcast, we wanted to make sure that we hit topics, man, that affects everybody as a whole when it comes to the family.
Right. And there's not too many out there that don't affect the family. I mean, everything that goes on pretty much affects your family in one way or another, or someone's family.
Everything, right. Tim. Everything that we do can come back and haunt our kids, our grandkids, our mothers, our fathers, our spouses, our friends, because of the affiliation that they have with us, man.
Okay.
And this particular subject is about a young rapper named Kodak Black. All right. Kodak Black was he was prosecuted for first-degree rape.
Wow. Okay.
And apparently Donald Trump gave him a pardon to get out of jail, and the state of South Carolina is going to, man, he got arrested. He got a rape charge in South Carolina.
Wow. It was a 18-year-old girl, right?
Man, that's heavy. Yeah, from what I understand.
Okay.
And he's about to get out of jail, and they're going to pick up the charges. A lot of folks are, they're not happy about the state picking up the charges. They figure that he served his time, that he should be able to walk. All right.
Right.
This is a young man, a young entertainer. When you are a young entertainer and you have no mentors, that is a lot of power that you have to learn how to control yourself. He's going to get out of jail. The state's going to pick it back up. And rape is rape. All right. Now, I don't know what kind of background this young man has. Right. I don't know if he had a father in the house. A lot of times it all starts at home.
Well, we really don't know, too, what the situation was, or what the situation, what actually happened.
Right.
And that's always the case.
Right.
Unless you were there, we really don't know exactly what happened. But,
right.
I seen he's facing, 30 years or something like that?
Yeah, he's facing a lot of time. And, we've been entertainers for a long time. I've been out there a long, long time. Right. And I'm going to tell you something, man. You see all kinds of different things that come at you. You see a lot of different types of temptations that come at you.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes a certain individual to know how to walk the other way, or don't put yourself in situations that can get you to where he is.
Well,
now.
Chuck, in our younger days, when we were doing it in the late 90s and stuff even, we were nowhere near at the level that a Kodak Black is at.
Right.
But you still have even groupies and stuff on that level.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times you can get caught up in situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself, that you wouldn't think you would be in, on the level that you're at.
Yeah.
So back then, or even now currently, was there ever a situation for you that you were in somewhere similar to this?
I was taught by a gentleman that we both know named Mr. Ron Samuel.
Right. What's up, Ron?
And Ron told me, Ron probably don't even remember this, man.
Okay.
Ron told me years ago, this is the first gentleman that ever put me on a stage, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. James L. Richard, he's the first one. He actually taught me the stage, all right? Ron Samuel put me on stage. That was back when we was doing our thing. Ron told me, he always told me to think with the right head. Because the wrong head would get you in situations that could affect you lifelong.
Right.
And Ron told me that when I was a youngster. He said, always think with the right head.
Right.
Because when you are out there, you're going to have a lot of women coming at you. You're going to have a lot of, when you're that young, there's a lot of things coming at you that is just, you want it all.
Right.
But Ron Samuel told me to use the right head. Think with the right head.
Yeah,
always.
He always told us that. He
always.
did. I agree.
And a lot of these cats that's coming out now, they don't have any mentors.
Right.
We were lucky.
Right.
We were lucky to have that man.
Right. We were.
We were lucky to have that man. What do you think about the state picking it up, though?
I think that that is definitely a serious case that they're going to continue to push forward on it. That they truly believe that he's guilty.
If he did that, he needs to serve his time. All right. If he brutally raped and bit and all of that,
right?
Taking that much of an essence from a woman, that's heavy. And if he did rape her, that's something that she would take with her for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
All right. Rape is rape, man. No matter what age it's coming from, rape is rape. And a lot of these youngsters, I just hope and pray the new artists of today have good mentors in their corner.
Yeah, I do too. I think that our prayers go out to her family if this is something that truly happened, and our prayers also go out to his family, being put in a situation that we really don't know what happened. Only those two, if those two were the only two in the room, who knows? Hopefully, God was in the room as well.
Amen.
So hopefully it'll work out to the best,
That's right.
and the truth will come out,
That's right.
And what you guys think? I mean, what you guys think about this whole situation? I mean, we know he's been pardoned. The state's picking it up. Hopefully it all turns out, in the right way for him and for her.
That's funky, dude.
Hey, check this out, Chuck. I was thinking, man, because I ain't saying no names, but what do you think about relationships that are junior senior? And when I say junior senior, I mean like 30-year difference in age.
30 years?
I know a lot of people say age ain't nothing but a number. And Aaliyah said throwing down ain't nothing but a thing.
Damn.
But 30 years?
All right, let's just be realistic about it.
I'm saying like maybe he's 20 and she's 50.
Okay.
Or maybe she's 30 and he's 60.
Okay. Majority.
You laughing, but it's real out there, man.
The majority of the time, the majority of the time,
okay,
it boils down to one thing.
What's that?
Money, bruh. Money. It boils down to security.
Okay.
It boils down to that. You got a bunch of women and men that get with people way, way, way much older than them because they feel it's going to be secure for them at some point in time. Because if you think about it, man, you got to be a vicious pumping cat, man, to be 70 years old and your woman is 40 and her sex drive is to the roof.
But you know what? It's a lot of people out there, like you said on the previous show, it's a lot of people out there walking and
they are.
And staying in shape
have to walk your
and
ass
looking
off.
good.
You would have to walk your ass off, man, to compete with a woman that's 40. A lot of women, when they get 40, that's when their sexual peak goes to the roof.
Chuck.
And he's 70 years old.
Chuck, we done been out. Chuck, we done been out.
Yeah.
And I done seen some 20-year-old women looking at you, man.
Yeah, it happens. I take really, really good care of myself, ladies and gentlemen. I do. And I'm glad to be able to do that. But 70, 75 years old, am I still going to be able to,
Now, I just said the gap being 30 years.
Okay.
You ain't got to be 70.
So he could be 20 and she could be 50.
Yes.
What in the world would a 50-year-old person want with a 20-year-old person? And what would that 20-year-old person want with that 50-year-old person? See, here it is.
Right.
The younger you go,
okay,
you deal with youngsters, you got to deal with young stuff.
Right.
You got to deal with stuff that you already went through. You deal with the youngsters, you got to deal with things that you already went through. All right?
Right.
It is what it is. So are you ready to relive that?
I guess some people are.
You may be at a point to where, you know what, I don't like to argue and I don't like to do it this way. I like to talk it out. And that person that's 20, 25 years old, they still got fire in them. You sitting back like, whoa. So what are you dealing with that for?
Because when you 20, I mean, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you might have the music up on 20. And when you 50, you ain't trying to hear all that.
Hey, the older you get, a lot of people go to bed earlier. You know what I mean?
I know. I called you the other night about 8 o'clock, boy. You was knocked out.
I was tired, man. I was tired. All right, that don't mean nothing. I was tired.
Okay.
All right. Look, how I feel about that situation at the end of the rainbow.
Yes, sir.
It's normally a pot of gold.
So,
all right, that's normal.
So,
now, I'm not gonna say that real love don't exist. I'm not gonna say that.
But would you say the 30-year-old gap more
pretty
likely
huge.
it's not gonna last?
That's pretty huge.
It's not gonna last.
Yeah, I don't. That's pretty huge. I'm not saying it's not gonna last. Majority of the time, it doesn't, because it boils down to one thing. What can you do for me?
Some people have old souls, man.
All right, look, when I was 19, I dated a girl that was 30. That was just 11 years apart.
Okay.
All right. I was a little more mature because, as I stated before, I've always hung around people that was a little bit older than me, and I've adapted some of their mature ways at that particular time in my life. But normally now, it's about money.
Okay. But
money.
Usually, like you said, when you was 19 and you're dating a 19-year-old, she probably ain't cook nothing when you get over there.
Nothing.
If she got her own place. But when you get there to that 30-year-old, you got some good food cooking and the house smelling good and there's some food cooking on the stove.
And then the different styles of the different sexy of styles is different too. You know, do you want your woman? You're 25 years old, and we're talking. Your woman's let's see, you 30, and your woman's 60. Some women, man, as they mature, their underwear change. It go from the panties to the bloomers.
Well, what about the women that go commando?
What do y'all think? All right, what do y'all think about this?
Is 30 years too much, or do you think it could last if it's real love? Hey, Chuck, man, you've had numerous pet peeves.
I got a bunch of them.
I know you do. And this part of the show, I know you're going to give us another one. But me and you were talking the other day, man, and you was telling me about the girl you used to date with the long toenails.
Yeah, man.
And the toenail that hang over the sandal.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean,
dude,
you ain't gotta say her name.
I'm never gonna do that. I would never do that, man.
But can you tell us about,
inch and a half toenails just don't work, dude. That don't work for me, man. I mean, they cut your ass in the bed, man. You can't even spoon without getting cut.
And slicing up the sheets. Hey, man, but look, but you gotta think about this.
All right.
The longer the toenail is, right? When she goes to get them done.
Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying, when she gets them painted, actually, the nail lady can do a work of art on her toenail if you really look at it. I mean, she could do like a mural of something, maybe of you. She might paint you, and you be looking at yourself. You like them positions and stuff. So you can look at yourself like it's a mirror.
I don't want no mural. I don't want no mural.
Come on, Chuck. Come on.
I don't want no mural of me on somebody's toenails, man. I don't want that, man. Long toenails, man. Man, you got my eyes watering.
But just think, man, if she paints a mural of you with a Fokus shirt on, how much that can do for the show. I think I'm gonna find her.
If she could paint a mural of me with my Fokus t-shirt on her toenails, then that is a big problem, dude. But I don't like long ass. I mean, I like nice pedicure toenails, but I don't want no toenails this long. That's dangerous.
Right. I don't even know. I mean, she wear extra shoe size.
It cut through the stocking, everything. The toenails need to be cut down to a nice minimum feminine side. All right.
Okay.
I ain't going with no dragon. Go to bed with a dragon.
Hey.
Toenails.
But I think it can help the show. A mural lady? Call us.
Cut my Achilles.
Well, it's that time of the day. It's time, that part of the show where we bring the health and wellness tip here on our Friday, going into the weekend. Looks like Mr. Chuck Lounge is ready. You look like you warmed up, man.
I feel good.
What you got for us today?
I feel good. Look, we are going to talk about one thing that, I like to tackle the things that really affects us, such as high blood pressure and diabetes and things like that, right?
Okay.
There's one thing when it comes to health that people forget about.
What's that?
They always think about what we eat and exercise. There's one main thing here: mental health.
Okay.
your stress level. All of this affects. See, everything works, man, as a machine for your temple, man. And one thing that
just real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have been seeing a lot of athletes and stuff that are professional athletes coming out and starting to talk about mental health.
Oh yeah.
And what they're going through and the struggles that they're going through with that. A lot more people are starting to speak out about that.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. That's why this segment, meditation, is very, very important. Find your happy place throughout your day. Okay. There's stress. There's things that you go through. There are different areas of pressure that clogs our brain, man. And if you think about it, our brain is like a helium balloon. All right, you just boom, keep going, and then when it pops, that's when the strokes and the heart attacks and everything else comes into play. So there's a lot of people don't know how to meditate.
Now, when you meditate, do you have to like go woo-sa, woo-sa?
Nope, you can go damn. I'm playing. No, you can't do that.
So you can do like Florida, damn.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta find. Actually, there are tutorials on YouTube that will show you different methods of meditation. All right, it's just separating yourself from whatever happened that day. Now I know that could be a challenge. There are a lot of people that's going through a lot of things.
Yes.
And that is a challenge to detach yourself from the challenges that you are now experiencing.
So do you have to like find a quiet place?
You have to find your happy place. And normally it's a place where you can be by yourself and you can breathe. And some people think you have to be on a mat no, you don't have to do that. If you see where he's at, looks like he's on a cliff somewhere. With the sunrise. Some people, they go meditate in their car. Some people they meditate in a park. Some people they meditate anywhere where they can breathe.
Now, is there like a minimum or maximum time that you should do this?
Nah. I meditate often, and mine is normally about 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, that's so it just depends on what works for you.
It depends on it depends on the individual. And when I meditate, I just get to my own place, man. And I just kind of tune out and imagine where I want to be. Okay. I imagine what would I like to see. And since I am a man who likes to see scenery, I like to see water, I like to see happiness. Right. I like to see people enjoying life.
Right.
I get out of whatever I'm going through and I put myself with those scenarios.
So you kind of like imagine that you in the strip club.
Yeah. I imagine, yeah. And you know what? I haven't been to a strip club. I think in my lifetime, I've probably been to, I know we're getting off the subject. I've probably been to maybe 3 strip clubs in my life, man.
Really?
Yep. And I know that's like going to really piss some people off, but really, I've only been to 3.
I remember that night.
You was there, one of them. Look, let's go on to end this segment right here, y'all. Look, meditation, y'all. Get into meditation, all right? And you don't have to be doing. What did you say?
Don't do
what did you say?
Woo-side. You seen Bad Boys.
I seen Bad. You don't have to woo-side. You got your own way of woo-side. Don't do it the way he do it. All right?
No, especially if you got headphones on, don't work.
Yeah, it don't work. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button below and stay focused on the Family Podcast and get your Focus Family fashions right here.
Also, you can go to focusfamily.com and catch us both individually on social media. I'm Timothy Bridges 5 on Instagram and Facebook.
And you can catch me on all social media platforms, Chuck Lounge, as well as chucklounge.com. And don't forget, tune in to the ELO Global, every level of empowerment for your health, wellness, and wealth journey. I'm Chuck Lounge.
And I'm Tim B. And never forget that
family only keeps us strong.
Till next time.
Yes, sir.